This is the first week in a long time we can get excited about the wide receiver position off the waiver wire. We have some options, nothing guaranteed, but at least there's some different options to look at. The Cleveland Browns, a weird team in general. We lose Deshaun Watson, we lose Amari Cooper. Things are opening up in the offense. Next thing you know, we see Cedric Tillman getting some targets. We're going to do a deep dive on him today to see whether or not you need him for fantasy football, whether or not you want him for fantasy football. The devil will lie in the details here as we go over his situation. But before we do, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're doing deep dives on as many players as possible who are trending off waivers after trades, who are climbing depth charts, falling off depth charts, whatever it is, every single day. On top of that, we're going deep on the waiver wire, and we're also using these videos to help you set your lineup. Click that button. Stop missing out. But Amari Cooper is gone. He's not with the Browns anymore. He's with the Buffalo Bills. We've talked about this in a few videos, but now we're looking at the Cleveland Browns. Most importantly, Cedric Tillman, and Deshaun Watson is out. This is a huge impact to the offense. He's done for the season. Jameis Winston's going to be in there, throwing the rock, throwing those YOLO balls. This offense is going to be more vertical. It's going to be different. Cedric Tillman comes in with Amari Cooper gone. 12 targets, 8 balls caught, 81 yards. Already hitting. Running on 82% of the snaps. We're getting a lot of workload. A wide receiver to pay attention to. Coming out of college, was not highly recruited, but we go to Tennessee. We go deep like this so we can connect the dots on what type of player this is. Especially we don't have a large sample at the NFL game. And we get to Tennessee, we have a slow ramp up. In 2021 though, 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns. 2022, 417, we get injured. That being said, those years being productive with Tennessee, we get a high average depth of target. 2022, 14.4. 2021, 16.3. 19.9 in 2020, 16.3 in 2019. Also, in 2021, during that 1,000-yard season with 12 touchdowns, he was considered one of the top wide receivers in the nation. He had a run of 100-yard games where he was very productive, and everybody was talking him up. Also, his 2021 season ended early due to suffering a high ankle sprain, really impacting his ability to increase his draft stock and rack up more stats. But we're one of the few wide receivers in the 2023 draft class with good size-adjusted athleticism, 6'3", 213, a perimeter wide receiver, good ball skills with good speed and burst. That being said, he could be a home run threat on the outside with this offense. Not tremendous speed. We're not a 4.3 guy or a low 4.4 guy, but we're explosive. We got size to box guys out. We have the size to be tough to tackle in the open field. That could be dangerous in this offense. And you're looking at this offense. We got Jared Jeudy, we got Elijah Moore, and Cedric Tillman getting that work in. Elijah Moore, they move him around a lot. He gets a lot of snaps in the slot. He's very diverse, even gets carries out of the backfield. Jerry Jeudy is getting a lot of targets, a lot of routes ran. Everybody knows about him. Cedric Tillman, though, is getting that work in the passing game, and we're looking at this offense. Amari Cooper's gone. 53 targets zapped, a 27% target share. Gone. The deep targets, too, at 13.2 ADOT. A 13.2 average depth of target for Amari Cooper means a Cedric Tillman, who had a deep ADOTs in college, might be taking that role. Might be something to look at here when it comes to production, because those are where the dots are connecting here in this offense, because you need another wide receiver to get downfield where you're going vertical. Who likes to go vertical in this offense? It's Jameis Winston, and we're looking at the numbers from last week. Looking at the routes ran. Jared Jeudy ran 56. David Njoku, the Chief, 48. Cedric Tillman up there, 82.5 route participation rate. 47 routes ran more than Elijah Moore. So in two wide receiver sets, that's what that's saying. It's Cedric Tillman and Jerry Jeudy. And Cedric Tillman, they're stretching him deep. They're pushing him deep downfield. We have an ADOT of 10.6, and that's with Deshaun Watson back there. That's with the quarterback situation being all weird last week with 3 different quarterbacks in there. Cedric Tillman, 12 targets in this matchup. Off the rip with Amari Cooper gone. He ran in the slot 21.6% of the time. Elijah Moore, 68.9%. Cedric Tillman has that upside in this game. He's getting the work. He's going to be that guy on the outside getting pushed deep. They're going to use that size. They're going to use that athleticism. And he's got the ball skills. He showed at Tennessee at the SEC level. We're also getting target share. We're running a lot of routes. Jameis Winston loves to push the ball downfield. This is a good wide receiver for him because he's going to throw a lot of YOLO balls. He's going to stand back there in the pocket. He's not going to care. He's going to be composed, sling it deep downfield. And it's going to be ugly in some moments. It's going to be beautiful in some moments as well. But Jameis Winston is going to add some upside to this passing game. It's going to get more vertical. There's going to be more air yards to be had. And not just air yards due to volume, air yards per pass attempt. He's not going to dink and dunk it. This is a very confident quarterback that will push it and be aggressive downfield. You don't need him. You don't want to chase wide receiver. It's the Browns. You do not want to chase the Browns. I understand, and that's why you don't need him. That's why you don't need him. But you need him because you need to stash a wide receiver. You're seeing the changes with the Browns. You want to explore that. You're hurting at wide receiver. This is a wide receiver to look at. If you're ranking with him among the other wide receivers off the waiver wire, he's probably around like the 5 or 4 range, and nothing's guaranteed. But we are seeing routes increase with him immensely. We can definitely see where the role is looking good for him in the offense. Definitely see where he can be an impact. I look for him to be very volatile. I look for this situation to be sketchy. I don't really want any part of this if I'm doing good. If I'm looking good, I'm stashing running backs. I'd rather have running backs stashed. If I'm good at wide receiver, I'm not picking them up, and I'm stashing running backs because if a running back goes down, I can plug that running back in. Cedric Tillman is more of a stash play with upside. There's no way you can look at Cedric Tillman right now and just throw him in your lineups right now in a traditional 12-team league and say, I feel good. I feel good. We're going to win our week this week. You're not. You're not. You're going to have him on your bench. You're going to look at him. You're going to be like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Your stomach's going to hurt. That's what you're seeing with Cedric Tillman right now. That's what you're seeing with the Browns offense right now. So, knowing that, if you don't want that as a stash, as a just-in-case thing, stay away. Stay away. That's what you're looking at. That is the sum of everything I just talked about in like 5 seconds. If you don't want that, stay away. If you need that stash play, you liked what you saw in Tennessee, you like what you're seeing with the offense, you like what you're seeing with Jameis Winston, you're hurting that bad at wide receiver where you just have to, he's your guy. He's your guy. That's it. That's it. It's not 1-for-1 if any of these jabroni wide receivers off the waiver wire is going to hit, which one's better. It's not really like that because it's so ambiguous week to week with these wide receivers. None of them, those are new off the waiver wire, is just destined or guaranteed a 20+% target share. When you're looking at him, Jalen McMillan, some of the other guys, it's not guaranteed. It's all very ambiguous. You're just going to have to pick up your guy, Ricky Pearsall, whoever it is, and just hope for the best. Because the best is probably going to hit on one of these wide receivers. There's some upside in all these situations that you may want to explore. But there's some downside with a lot of these guys too. And wide receiver is not the position really to stash. It's more running back. Due to the inverse effect, when the starting running back goes down, the next running back up will at least get the touches and then to hit once every other game, once every 3 games, due to lucking into fantasy production, due to the volume, even if they're a sucky running back. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.